Crystal Realms is an incredible game where you can build, explore, farm resources, and just relax. But what happens if we take all of that away and make progression 100 times harder? Let's find out! Today I will be attempting the first ever Crystal Realms Skyblock challenge. The rules are simple: no trading or help from other players, no in-app purchases, and most importantly, I can't leave this world. That means no goblin hideouts, no snow or desert worlds, no daily rewards, and none of the NPCs will be available to me. I also set myself a list of goals to make the playthrough more interesting, and I'll be revealing more of them in future episodes. If you end up enjoying the video and want to see more like this, feel free to subscribe, I would really appreciate it. So this is our island. Not exactly a lot to work with, but we'll have to make it work. I started chopping down this tree and thankfully I got a beehive, which is going to be very useful later. After that I broke the leaves and got my first saplings. These are going to be extremely important because trees will be my main source of resources for a while, and for now, pretty much my only way to get shards. And shards are extremely important in this playthrough because the main thing that even makes this challenge possible is the market terminal. But the problem is, it costs 5,000 shards. So yeah, we're going to be chopping a lot of trees. Next, I broke the flowers. Not all of them dropped, which was a bit unfortunate because I will need them later for farming. I turned the ones I did get into seeds, planted them, and then started carefully collecting dirt blocks. After that, I crafted a workbench, which unlocked a new quest. But since stone is extremely limited right now, I didn't want to waste any of it, so I decided to ignore that one for now. While mining stone, I leveled up and unlocked yet another quest. And of course, I couldn't do that one either, because when I made this island, I somehow forgot to add dirt background walls. I gathered more wood, crafted the rest of the wooden tools, and checked the next quest. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not risking losing blocks. Oh, I can do this one though. I expanded my island a bit and started building a very basic tree farm. I planted some saplings and it was finally time to upgrade to a stone axe. If I'm going to spend the next 20 hours chopping trees, might as well suffer efficiently, right? Now it was time to get to work and start chopping down the trees. Breaking leaves actually helped me level up pretty quickly, and eventually I unlocked yet another quest. Sadly, I couldn't do this one either because it required a mushroom farm, which wasn't really possible at this stage. Luckily, the Crystal Realms god saw me suffering and blessed me with a very easy daily quest. I got 250 shards from it, which meant one less hour of grinding. Yay! After that, I decided to place down all my stone to make a small area where mobs could spawn. I had no idea how often mobs would actually spawn, but at this point, literally anything was more exciting than chopping trees. I wanted to decorate the area a little, but my only other option besides oak planks were achievement blocks, so I built a floor out of those. Not long after, a slime spawned, and for a second I got really excited because I thought I could craft slime blocks. But of course, the recipe was locked behind the quest, so the slime balls were basically useless. After checking the wiki, I realized that a lot of the useful items were locked behind quests I couldn't even do yet. So I spent the next little while doing the only thing I could do, chopping down trees, planting them, breaking leaves and planks, and repeating the process until I finally reached 1000 shards. Then I remembered, I had a small log quest, so I quickly completed that too. After even more grinding, I finally reached level 15, which unlocked my second daily quest. Unfortunately, I couldn't complete it because it needed iron, which I did not have. So, I was back to clearing wooden planks. Just look at this wall of suffering! An ice slime spawned! It dropped an ice block, and I'm not even joking, this was the most exciting thing that had happened in hours. And now we're back to chopping trees again. Imagine doing this all day. There was nothing else to do at this stage, and I was slowly going insane until another ice slime spawned. Then finally, 6 hours into the playthrough, the first skeleton spawned, and it dropped shards. Yep, no bones. Thankfully, it didn't take too long for another one to spawn, and this time it actually dropped bones. I turned them into a bone block, placed it down, and from that point on, I had one goal in mind: gather enough bones to make a mini skeleton farm. I continued breaking trees and killing mobs whenever they spawned, and after a few hours I finally reached level 20. By this point I had destroyed 11,000 oak planks and over 22,000 oak leaf blocks. You know, just standard early game progression. Sometimes other players would stop by, and it was nice to take a short break and chat instead of just breaking trees forever. Spending hours in this world alone made me feel very lonely, so I decided to befriend a snow golem. Unfortunately, he didn't want to live here, which honestly, I get it. But then he jumped off the platform! After I finally brought him back to his room, I got a skeleton spawn event, which I was really hoping for this entire time. I killed a bunch of undead mobs and managed to gather a bunch of bones. And with those bones, I was finally able to make a tiny mob farm. It's not perfect, but it works. Then my friend visited me with some bad news. Turns out I will need to get an extra 900 shards to buy realm tokens because of the deposit, which I completely forgot about, which meant another 3 hours of chopping trees. Okay, what should we name our friend? Let's see. Ooh, okay. From this moment on, he shall be called
Beetlejuice.
It's showtime.
Day 2 started with me checking the daily quests. The first one needed me to craft a bunch of items, which was easy enough. Sadly, I couldn't do the second one yet again because I didn't have cactus, so I returned to breaking leaves for shards. After grinding for a while, I decided to upgrade the entrance. Building with almost no materials was already hard enough, and the fact that I'm not exactly a great builder did not help. But for now, this was good enough. I planted some sunflowers so I could make sunflower vines, added a few finishing touches, and did my best to make the island look slightly less miserable. Beetlejuice, however, didn't seem very happy with the decorations. After that, I went right back to farming trees for the rest of the day. It's day 3 now, and I'm finally getting close to 5,000 shards. I checked the daily quests, and one of them was to consume apples, which was very easy. The second one required collecting almost 4,000 shards, which was definitely not possible to complete today. Seeing how close I was to the goal gave me a little boost of motivation, so I went straight back to the endless cycle of breaking leaves, chopping trees, and planting more saplings. Until finally, after hours of grinding, I reached 5,000 shards. After 17 hours of pure suffering and breaking over 70,000 blocks, the beginner phase was officially over. I bought the Crystal Realm Market Terminal, and just like that, I could finally move on to the second phase of the challenge. But I will leave that for the next episode, where I will be finishing the rest of Tier 1 goals and trying to move on to the next one. I will also be streaming some parts of the playthrough on Twitch, so feel free to check that out if you want to follow the progress live. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have any ideas for how to improve the challenge, let me know in the comments below.